as the news of the day keeps being the news of the day. Get that music cracking. What's up, y'all? Good people out there around the globe. This is all that's going around the Laker world in the whole basketball news. While the games are going on, this game here just got interesting because LeBron James did something that nobody else would thought he would want to do. Oh no, he chose to take this route that's less traveled by. Yep. He wanted to check Stephen A. Smith at the game. And now it's everywhere. Over Bronny. We all saw it. We all couldn't believe it. But there's a lot of factors into this. That clip was done weeks ago, probably months ago, and he's still harboring anger over it. But it's going to get even more interesting now. Shall we begin? Let's begin.
Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we saw Lebron James try to act like he's the boss of Stephen A. Smith, Bronny James even came out to speak. Look at what Bronny James said. Bronny James said, funny how the ones who couldn't hoop got the most to say. Clown. Bronny James? Bronny James is finna throw down? What? Bronny, you know we don't respect it, right? You know we don't respect this coming from you, right? That's your daddy. Your daddy took your phone and decided to put a tweet out. Come on, Bronny. Why are you trying to do that? Because now it makes you look even more weak. You're going to have your daddy fight your battles for you. Then you want to talk from the sideline after your daddy come up. Yeah, that's right. Get him, Dad. He hurt me, Papa.
It's all right. You saw I got in his face? I told him, boy, you better leave my boy alone. Don't mess with my son. I'm telling you no more.
That's how you tell a 60-year-old man, Papa. I'm scared of him, Papa.
That's okay. I got him. Yeah, I told you. I got you. You ain't got to deal with nobody like that no more. Know what he think this is.
I'm damn glad I got a Papa like you. Now, look. It's crazy. And they're talking about Stephen A. Smith, who's doing his job. And they want to keep posting the stat here. What's that going to do? You want to post Stephen A. Smith's stat. Stephen A. Smith ain't in the NBA. He's not in the NBA. He's on TV just like everybody else. And y'all wanted to post that stat, and y'all mad at Stephen A. Smith for making LeBron James upset. Because Bronny was getting roasted on ESPN. Papa, my friends, they saw it on ESPN. It's trending, Papa.
I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna get him fired. Watch.
Now, y'all wanted to make fun of Stephen A. posting that up, talking about him. For what? He doesn't play in the NBA. But you know who does play in the NBA? Bronny James. And he brings a whopping 1.4 points, 0.4 rebounds, 0.4 assists, shooting 25% from the field. That's what he's bringing into the game. So LeBron James is upset that people are telling it like it is. Is that what's happening now? That's crazy. Now, we're supposed to be in the NBA. No babies allowed. Anybody remember that? I do. You're a grown man. You're not a boy. You're getting paid $8 million, guaranteed money. You're not a boy. Okay? You gotta get what everybody else get. Why is he exempt? No, money don't make him grown. His age makes him grown. He's 20 years old. If he do a crime, he's getting charged as an adult. They're stating this is where he's at. Oh, I haven't even got cooking yet. Because we really just peeling the surface to let everybody know what this is. Bronny shouldn't have opened his mouth and made that tweet. Whoever is in control of his social media account should not said that. That's how your daddy making you look, boy. Your daddy made you look weak. LeBron James, let me tell you something. You're not the only father who has a child in the league, who has a kid in the NBA. LeVar Ball had 2 of his boys, 3 of his boys going into the league. They criticize Lonzo Ball every day. LeVar Ball was on their networks talking and defending his boys. Not once did he tell Stephen A. Smith,
Man, Talking about my boy, man. What you do that to my boy? What you talking about my boy for, huh?
He did not once go on Fox Sports and say any of those things. And he was a parent. Just like you are a parent. No, Kyrie dad knows people that know Stephen A and didn't like what he was doing. So they wanted to have a man-to-man conversation between those two over the remarks that he was making about his son. It wasn't about Kyrie's playing ability. Okay, that's a whole different situation, the Kyrie situation. All right? That was basically him following the agenda of trying to tear down a black man for what he believes in his own freedoms. That's different, way different from this. This is about the ability to play the game of basketball at a very high level. Something Bronny James has proven he cannot do. While he continues to take a spot of other players who would dream of this moment because it would change their families' lives. Bronny's already got tens of millions of dollars. Bron activated his life alert on his wristwatch, and ball goes to the rescue. How you gonna let him stand on his own and be a man? That's the real weirdo behavior. Exactly. Coddling a damn Nepo baby. But we moving too fast. Because we gonna get there. I just had to get that one out. Oh, we moving. And we gonna get there. Now let's go and show you Stephen A. Smith from what he did just a couple hours ago. See, I knew that what he did on ESPN, that was part of the work. But what he was gonna say tonight, it's gonna be an entirely different feel. Oh yes. Let's listen.
He approached me during the game and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. And I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, "All right, dog. Fine." And he walked away. That's all he said. I knew what he was talking about. I've spoken about this before. Matter of fact, I heard that not many, not all, but a few players were upset at me about that. I think one player in particular was Draymond Green, who I haven't spoken to since and has no desire to speak to me primarily because of this, I suppose. And I found out the way that I found out, which was last night.
So last night, he found out Draymond ain't talking to him because of this. Draymond ain't talking to him because LeBron is with Draymond. That's why he ain't talking to him. This ain't got nothing to do with Draymond. This got everything to do with LeBron. The monkey is running the show. If you sign to Clutch Sports, you can't talk to Stephen A. Smith. What Draymond mad about? Man, I was his son. You ain't even told Stephen A. you ain't talking to him. When Stephen A. was your boy, when you was getting into the media world, you was calling Stephen A. for advice. Kissing his ass.
Man, I know I'm not as polished as you. You know, I'm trying to really get my feet wet. You know, I'm gonna make some mistakes. But man, thanks, man, for hooking me up, man, and looking out for me and trying to work with me, you know, while we doing the NBA television and everything. Man, you was like really like saying, all right, I'm gonna get you up here for the NBA finals and get me a microphone. You know, you was the main one. You was kissing his ass. Now, here you are tearing them down for LeBron. I ain't talking to you no more. Because the way you talked about Bronny. Huh?
What did he say about Bronny James? That was a lie. Y'all got this man all miserable at work. Hey, Stephen A., don't worry. Stand up. Be a black man. You can stand. Be a black man. Yeah. They messed up the moment Morgan Freeman, I heard, was at the game. Morgan Freeman was like sitting somewhere a couple of seats away from him because he got his movie out. So he's out doing press, a little small press he gonna do for the movie. My dead friend Zoe, he's in that movie. Shoot, Morgan Freeman was sitting there. He probably would have had that microphone he got right there. Now you're gonna sit your asses down. I'm trying to watch the goddamn game, LeBron. You need to be worried about the goddamn Knicks. You're losing the goddamn game. I got money on the goddamn line. Huh? You take steroids, don't you, boy? Steroids, what it do? It rotten your brain. Give you a heart attack. Calm your big ass down. Supposed to make you jump. Can you jump, Bron? Then jump. You don't want to jump. Why are you worried about Stephen A. Smith? He ain't got no goddamn points. The goddamn Knicks got all the goddamn points. Why don't you guard one of them? They're calling me Crazy Joe. They better call me Batman. Now go sit your ass down. Have a Gatorade or something. All right. Exactly. Now, you got Stephen A. all bent out of shape over here, miserable looking, right? Yes, hit the like button, good people. Yeah, you guys have been here a long time and have not hit the like button. I don't understand that. But definitely hit the like button up. Share this video to your friends, your neighbors, everywhere. Now, here's where it gets more hectic. This is where they didn't think this was going to go. Definitely 100%. This is where they didn't think it was going to go. Many of the people that was watching this did not understand how this process was going to work, right? I'm going to tell you like this. Thank you. You guys could hit my Cash App up like the banner says. Carcino, or you can super chat. The like button is free. Don't forget to join the Patreon. He acts like John Cena of the NBA, pretty much. Now, all I can tell you is this. Stephen A is looking like a neutered dog in this situation. He has said nothing wrong about Bronny James. Everything that he said about Bronny James was absolutely true. One of the truest things he's ever done. Now, you know, if I'm taking up for Stephen A. Smith, it's got to be some truth to it. But hold on to your hat. This is gonna be a screamer. No. Bron, you goddamn juice head, you. Let me talk to you directly. If you had jumped in my face, me and you would have been on that floor rumbling around, and I've been in jail, and I'd had a lifetime ban from every NBA arena, and I would have smiled with pride knowing that I kicked your ass in front of everybody in the whole stadium, and it would have went down. You would never came in my face and ever say that to me. I don't care if you got 50,000 people with you and I'm by myself. If you ever was to step in front of me and say that, you wouldn't even finish before I smacked the living shit out of you. I don't care how tall and big you is. You would have got hit. And I don't care what your 50,000 people do. They would have had to get the jaws of life to pry me off of you. You should have never done that. That man was at that game, watching the game like a fan is supposed to do, or a person that's watching the game courtside. They're sitting right there applauding the game. They're not bothering you. You chose to break the code and go over there and harass a fan or a person that is watching the game. You're not supposed to come up there. They don't come on the court. You don't go up there. You're supposed to stay your ass over there and do what the Lakers are paying you to do, and that's not to go up and talk and yell and threaten Stephen A. Smith for telling the truth about your punk ass boy. Now, I'm going to tell you like this, because I'm sick of you. Okay? You ain't had no energy for Kale Sonnet. Kale Sonnet went on national television, then he went on the internet and said, y'all got the same drug guy. And Lebron James is on EPO. Kale Sonnet said it. And you know he said it. And you sat there like a punk and act like you didn't hear him. He said you was on PEDs and you did nothing. You did nothing. You ain't had no smoke for beef stew when you bust his doggone eye. You backed up. See, you don't like nobody that's right there in front of your face. You can't stand up to no man your size. So yeah, I hope you feel froggy to come. I'm only 5'11". So yeah, you will feel real big on your chances with me. So I would love to see you try. I would love to see you try. Oh, I would love that. Oh God, I would love to see you try. Yeah. And you ain't got no smoke for nobody else who's been talking crap about Bronny. And you almost got me ready to agree with Whitlock. We're finna form a whole coup. All the enemies, the enemy of my enemy finna be my doggone weapon against your ass. I'm gonna team up with Whitlock. Now you're gonna have me team up with Whitlock. Now that's really messed up. I'm going to take an L with a fist fight with LeBron? I don't think so. That punk can't fight. You looking at his muscles and think he could fight? I would beat his ass. I know dudes like him. They're big and strong and can't fight. Get him off his foot. He going to be all fired up trying to be all big and strong. And what he going to do when I bite a plug out his neck and rip his doggone throat out? What he going to do when I take my finger and rip an eyeball out? He ain't going to want to fight me, trust me. It's going to look like an operation game. He better leave me the hell alone. Now, he wouldn't whoop me, dog. He would be in so much, dog. If he beat me, LeBron James would be in IR and retired. He will be retired if he won the fight. Hey, Brian, man, you won that fight, man, but was it worth your career?
So the doc said he gonna sew back the other 4 fingers on my shooting hand. And then my eyeball, yeah, man. They said they pried it out his mouth. So they're gonna see if they can rebuild the eyeball and put it back in my head. He bit my eyeball out. I ain't seen nobody do that.
Exactly. It would be brutal. Right. We still waiting on you to roll up on Chael Sonnen. Why you ain't roll up on them people talking about the biogenics labs? They all right there. You don't roll up on them white reporters and tell them what they can talk about, but you want to tell a black man what he can talk about. You know you can pick on him because he ain't got nobody backing him up. You punk. You're a coward. That's all LeBron James just showed is he a coward. Flexing his shoulders. You ain't flexing that on beef stew? Go flex that on beef stew. You scared to death. That's why they whooped your ass twice this year. Because you were so scared of beef stew. You scared to get that dude mad. You up there just praying shit don't happen. Tell you, LeBron is a punk. And he's been getting away with this for too long. But I almost agree with Whitlock, what he said. Because I said it earlier today. This did not start with no Bronny. The Bronny thing was just a piece of it. Okay? The Bronny thing was just a piece of it. Oh, no. This really about him. See, this really about LeBron James. See, you got to think about this because I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to go even further. You don't give a shit about Bronny, LeBron. Cut it. You don't care about Bronny. Nothing at all. You don't give a damn about your son. And that's my opinion. You come check me for it. Come check me for it. You don't care about Bronny. I said it. If you cared about Bronny, you wouldn't have been sitting over there trying to make a documentary of your boy heart stopping on the floor. You thinking about, oh man, we could make a documentary of this. Is that what's going through your damn brain? How you gonna get your son back on a basketball court when his heart stopped? And I'm supposed to believe you love your son? No, it ain't too far. We ain't went far enough. It's time to call him out. It's been time to call him out. And this is the perfect time to do it. You don't love Bronny. You love yourself. You're a narcissist. You think you love everybody. You don't love nobody but yourself. And you try to push it off and make it like it's love. It's not love. It's not love. Because if you love somebody, you don't do that to them. You were so thirsty to get anything you could. Bronny, what was that, like a year, wasn't even a year ago. And you filming a whole documentary about what happened with Bronny. I saw that, I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know he had did that because once it said produced by LeBron James, I didn't watch it. It's on Netflix. He takes his mother, Bronny's grandma, in the locker room where USC was and said, "Oh, this the woman right here. She saved Bronny's life. Here she is, right here. Yeah, here she is." He's all up and down. Yeah, she the one that saved Bronny's life. I mean, it was so disgusting to see for me. I was so disgusted to see him, and he goes through this fake emotion. Yeah, it was so hard for me. Trying to act all somber, talking about it was the most disgusting thing I've seen on television. Yeah, go ahead and cry to YouTube. There he is crying. Cry. You need to be called out. You need to be called out because you're a narcissist. You're a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. And I think he's mad because he's been embarrassed. He's mad at Stephen A because Stephen A is all this Jordan. Every time he hit a milestone, right, he's looking for praise and he's getting shut down. They're doing like a Jordan debate and he's like, he just got 50,000 points. Yeah, but it took him 27 years. And then every time he hit a milestone, he ain't getting praised. And Stephen A is shooting him down in the debate. And he's upset about that. This is about that 50,000 points. This ain't got nothing to do with Bronny. That Bronny stuff was months ago. You use that as an excuse because you really mad about him dumping on your 50,000 points that don't mean a damn thing to anybody. That's real. And you mad that they didn't glaze your 50,000 points. But NBA TV did with the show you basically got going. Because everybody on there damn near signed the clutch. They glazed your 50,000 real good. But it ain't enough. It's all or nothing with him. And that's how a narcissist works. A narcissist wants that type of behavior all the time. There is no love. They don't know what love is. They don't know how to love something. They only love themselves. The love has to come to them, for them, by them. That's it. And everybody who talking about they love Bronny, y'all don't love no damn Bronny. Y'all only like Bronny because he's LeBron James' son. That's it. Y'all didn't care nothing about Bronny. When I was like, Bronny needs to take time to get himself mentally, set, but that don't go along with his daddy's plans. Because his daddy is worried about his plans on being on the floor with his boy and what it's going to look like for him. Not for Bronny, for him. Got nothing to do. Got nothing to do. Yeah, he got nothing to do with Bronny. It's all about him. I want to be on the floor with my sons. That's you. That ain't what your son said. None of them has said anything about, man, we can't wait to play with our daddy. None of them. Now, how is none of them talking like that? It makes no sense. He didn't do anything for Bronny. He made it worse. He put a target on Bronny's back. If that's doing something for Bronny, you put a target on your son's back. And you can't protect him when he's on the floor. This is the NBA. Your son doesn't even need to. His trust fund is more than what most of these G League players will ever imagine seeing. He doesn't even need to play, but yet he gonna take the roster spot from one of these guys who's trying to get their mama out the projects and take care of their family and get them a better life. They got to give up their spot. Their dream is cut short because Bronny James got to get a look. The kid who wasn't good enough to make it to the NBA on his own, Papa had to help. Papa, you told me I made it because I worked really hard.
Well, you did, Bronny. Don't listen to him, Bronny. He just a hater. Don't worry, I'm going to get him too. Yup, I'm going to get him too.
Well, Papa, what if it's true? What if I don't have?
Don't listen to him, boy. I told you.
Well, I don't know, Papa. Maybe I'm just not ready. Maybe I'm just good on 2K.
No, you good. You good to play. Don't worry, we got to keep this up. Don't worry, we're going to win that chip. It's going to be the father-son championship. Trust me. I already talked to Adam. We got Luka. He going to get us there.
Are you sure, Papa? You know, I feel bad. I feel like I injured Uncle AD and...
Oh, don't worry about AD. He was born injured. Told you. He wanted to go, so we got him out of here. He right where he need to be.
Okay, Papa. I'm just pretty nervous. And the Stephen A guy, am I gonna hear from him no more?
No, he better not talk. I'm gonna go up to the office, straighten him out.
Okay, Papa. I just want this to all be over. Man, so this is what everybody is talking about right now. So it's a combination of, oh, it's Bronny, but he's been talking about you forever. Why are you so mad now? Because all your accomplishments is getting destroyed once it's running by him. And now you know you could just bark at Stephen A and he gonna get back in line. And now he just got his new deal. I was like, look, I just got my new deal. Y'all can go to hell now. Contract is signed. It's up. Mm-hmm. That's how it would have went. Because it needed to go that way. Hubie's retired. Oh, Doc Holliday. Oh, everybody has seen it. Shame on you, Stephen A. Smith. You talked about Bronny. I don't care. I don't believe he loves his son at all. Why, Prince? Like I said, I don't believe he loves his son. I believe LeBron loves himself, and that's it. Until he stepped to Chael Sonnen, right? You ain't stepped to that white boy who said you was on steroids. Why you didn't do that? You kept your mouth shut, and that man is walking out, still going on podcasts, is talking. Nobody pressed him. Nobody said nothing. But when it come to black folks, oh, you got smoke. Mm-hmm. Well, they wanted to make sure that when it's all said and done, it's all going to be forgiven. Right? LeBron James had no smoke when it was beef stew out there. We know that.
Oh, yeah, he's got a lot of blood streaming from the side of the eye.
We saw that. When he wanted to get his hands on LeBron, we saw what happened. Help me, Russ. And you got Russ out of there too. Look how scared Brian was. Look, he hiding behind Russ and Melo. Look, he hiding over there. Look at the fear in his eye. That boy's scared to death. You ain't got none of that smoke you did on Stephen A. You want to fight a 60-year-old man. Don't roll up on a 60-year-old. Trying to intimidate him. I'm like, punk, why don't you intimidate the Knicks? That's exactly right, Stephanie. Hit the like button, y'all. I know y'all just got in here. I hate cowards. Every time somebody go down to something, it's some coward doing something. Scared to man up and do stuff the real way, so they take a coward way. That's what they do. They take the coward route. So everybody wants to take notice. And they say, well, hey, this is what we do. Excellent. They're not going to want to do that. You see, people are not going to want to go up that road because of LeBron James. But like I said, I almost agree with Fatback over there, Whitlock. Now, when he said this is not about Bronny James, this is about LeBron. That's true because it's always about him. He want to use Bronny to make it to get mad, but he mad that he ain't glazing his 50,000. That's what it's about. That's why he blew up right then and there. Because this happened months ago. You could have been blown up at Stephen A. Smith. This ain't the first time he didn't call the game. Or was that a game? Y'all told him y'all displeasures and all of that. But all this week, he been blasting LeBron James. When they do they Michael Jordan, LeBron, they trying to glaze it and he chop it all down. He hate that. He's an all or nothing guy. It's got to be all about me. I need all the praise, all the glory. And if I ain't getting it, boom, knocked down. Oh, they know what time it is. You see, oh, nobody got time for it. Nobody got time for that. This is about addressing what the situation was.
I rarely defend.
Well, when you have no talent and says it's LeBron's fault. It was 3 months ago. I had to argue with somebody else trying to say the same thing. He said it's LeBron's fault. Like he said, I was talking about you. Bronny James criticism is only LeBron's fault. LeBron's fault. That's why you upset. Because he said his failures is your fault. Three months ago. So you mad over something 3 months ago. No, you mad about him not glazing your 50,000 damn points. That's why you mad. You ain't give a damn about that Bronny thing no more. You mad about that too, because that make you look bad because you mad he said it was your goddamn fault. It's your fault. You brought Bronny into this. You put him in here when he ain't ready. You the one building anxiety and all this extra pressure on the kid. Why would you do that? When you could have let this kid develop and go through the G League, go through the process, let him stay in college another year. Let him really develop. He could still go to the NBA. You just didn't know what was going to happen with your career. You want to rush the process. You could have had both your boys go in the draft. But Bryce ain't even ready. He finna get red-shirted his damn rookie year. Because he ain't ready. He averaging about 4 points in high school. But yet, you want to stick around and play as long as you can so you can be on the court with both your boys. And then we got to listen to the lie. Well, they earned it. They earned it. No. Bronny James is there because of his punk ass daddy. Take your son to work day. That's why he's there. And it's not Bronny's fault. It's LeBron Ramon James's fault. What's happened with Bronny? Everything is his fault. I'm with Stephen A. Stephen A has told the truth. He didn't tell one lie. It is all his goddamn fault. All of it. Because if he just did the right way, but he never did anything the right way. He always want to rush something and just make a mess. LeBron's fault. So you keep talking about keep Bronny's name out your mouth. One, how dare you? He's an NBA basketball player, is he not? You the one brought him here, so he's a player. So he got to talk about players in the league. That's what he gets paid to do. So you talking about he can't talk about Bronny, well then get his ass out the league. And then he can't talk about him no more. Get his ass out the league, send him home. If don't, then shut the hell up. We don't want to hear it. We tired. We tired of you, period. Your lies, your deceit, all of it. We tired. You're a phony. You've been a phony your whole damn life. They've been propping you up as this fake king for years. Can't play defense. No dribbling skill, just a bum. Absolute goddamn bum. Seen better players at Washington Park than LeBron James. Goddamn rim runner. Luka Doncic is showing you what a great player is. When Luka Doncic is on the court, you're seeing a great player. Have you noticed the difference of what the team looks like when Luka's on the floor? And he ain't even 100%. He ain't even 100%. And he's light years better than you. Light years better than you. Luka has beaten your records every year. Your MVP, playoffs, and finals, he's beat you at every turn. All the years you won MVP, he did that. He had a better year last year than any of your MVP years combined. Go find your best year, LeBron. And match it up with what Luka did last year. And they gave you MVP. And they just didn't give it to him. Points, rebounds, and assists. At 25 years old, you were nowhere near Luka. In none of the categories. None. Talk about that. Bum. Talking about Michael Jordan. You would never be in that category. Jordan them don't even go around talk about they the greatest. Him and Kobe, they don't go do that. They don't need to. That's for other people to say. But you try to say that because you know you're not. You know you're an imposter.
You betrayed.
Well, he's never going to live that moment down because it exposed him. Because now people are going to want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see you run down I want to see LeBron James run down on me. Come on. You rich. Wait till the season over if you want. Come run down on me. Come tell me you don't like what I said about Bronny. Because I'm not talking about Bronny. I'm talking about your ass. This ain't about Bronny. This is about you. You don't love your son, in my opinion. You only love yourself. You're selfish and you're a narcissist, and that is it. LeBron has been hurt. What are you talking about? LeBron had missed 20-some games before because of an injury. That's what I'm saying, man. Stop watching these doggone sports shows that's messing your brain up. Go do the research and go check on LeBron James. Then you come back and start talking. But it's hard for you to get hurt. Right. It's hard for you to get hurt when you're not doing anything. But when he got to the Lakers, you forget LeBron was hurt every goddamn year. First year he got to the Lakers, he popped the damn hip. Oh, my hip, it popped. And then tried to lie and said he was day-to-day. Bron didn't have no major injury. Are you crazy? Do you forget? How the hell your memory? You done smoked some good, boy. How the hell you not know what's going on? LeBron ain't had no permanent injuries or no serious injuries. Did he just say that? This boy done lost his mind. Do you not remember
I
this?
support my brother, Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet.
And you didn't think that was a serious injury? LeBron missed damn near the whole season. Like, what are you talking about? This is what I'm saying. LeBron fans are just drunk. Ever since he's been on the Lakers, he's been hurt. And I'm with Charles Barkley. They've had a hot 2 weeks. The Cavs and OKC has been having a hot 6 months. Y'all been good for 2 weeks. And now you ain't talking championship with y'all and everything else. Luka. Y'all just gonna ride Luka to what? He break? Because Luka's gonna break too. Because he's not 100%, but y'all need him so bad, y'all don't know what to do. So y'all just rushing to throw him back on the floor. Y'all couldn't afford to let him sit down. So now he's hurt right now. He's not 100% at all. And you're just getting him more hurt with new injuries. Now, he might have to sit out the next game. Yeah, Luka's got a back injury. Y'all don't know that, but I know it. Luka got a back injury. He strained his back in one of the games. He took a hit, went to the ground, and his back hurt. Yes, sir. They thought it was a kidney shot. A lot of people are not going to feel that way. See, when people make up their mind that this is what they want to do, you can't have it both ways. You can't have him play in the league and then say, oh, you can't tell nothing bad about Bronny. You can't have that. Right, you can't control how the media gonna talk about it. Yo, they said Michael Jordan's father, who just got murdered. The press is trying to say, oh, his gambling led to his father's death. They blaming him for his father's death. Murder. Homicide. He left the NBA. He left it all. Like, man, I ain't going to play for y'all. Y'all gonna sit there and what am I gonna play for? So I can hear this garbage all season? No. And that was to their best player in the league. They superstar player. And still people believe he did that, which is stupid. There's no way in the hell the NBA was going to suspend him because of his gambling. So he left for a year. The NBA is going to, like David Stern, he was a lie. That was one of the last things he did was explain how stupid that was. You think we would suspend our best earning player? Like what? That don't even make sense. They wouldn't even suspend Michael Jordan for a game for a fight with with Reggie Miller. You think they're going to suspend Michael Jordan for a year? Who would be as stupid to believe something like that? But the media printed it. And now people will still run around there. Michael Jordan's gambling debt. They killed his dad because he ain't paid. He didn't pay. Michael Jordan got more money. He was making 40, 50 million a year just off Nike. He was making like 2, 3 million in the NBA, 40, 50 off Nike every year. You think he couldn't pay a gambling debt? That's what I'm saying. This is what people just don't know. It was so stupid. We have to get LeBron James out the league. Yes, I would love to see LeBron out of the league. People like, what you gonna talk about with him gone? Anybody. We can talk about ducks. We can talk about the basketball. We can get rid of this guy out of the league. We can really get back to the game. Where it should be a celebration thrown around the globe that he is gone. Get him out the league. Totally destroyed everything. Stole Steph Curry's MVP trophy in the Olympics. All of it. Just terrible. Terrible, terrible. Now, I want to see what Shannon Sharp got to say about all this. Because now he's stuck in the middle. No. When people know that they're being like followed or they're being coerced into something, then you start seeing them act different. You never saw an attitude change. You never saw anything change in that situation with LeBron. You didn't see it at all. I know, right? Don't forget to hit that like button up. Man, I was mad as hell to see all that transpire and nobody no playing tournament, nothing like that. Yeah. I would agree. I would agree 100%. LeBron better shut up and leave me alone, because it will get there. Chuck is tired of the Lakers. Everybody's just tired, man. They really are just fed up. They are. They just fed up. And I don't blame them. This is a bad look for LeBron's legacy. You running down on a 60-year-old man. A 60-year-old man. You pulling up on him. Because you don't like what he said about your son. That happens to be a truth. That's the part that gets me. It's true. Now, one thing that Stephen A. Smith said was out of line or was wrong. Man, the story I could tell y'all about these shoes. The Deion Sanders Primes. Those shoes right there, boy. I'm going to tell you, I was the only person in Alabama with these shoes. At least in the town of Alabama I was at. They had never seen any shoes like this in their life. I had the first off the box. First shoes out the box. Where they had the strap. That was the first strap shoe across ever. Deion Sanders shoes. When he went to the San Francisco 49ers, they made these shoes. I got a whole story for y'all with those shoes. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't even worry about it. You will hear the story about the shoes. Now, I might have told y'all already in the hood story, but now y'all got the visual. Now, do you remember earlier when M.A. Udoka last year ran up on Bron? Or Bron ran up on M.A. Udoka? What happened? M.A. Udoka said, "You a soft-ass boy." Well, he didn't say boy. He said the B word. And the one that got LeBron triggered. And LeBron, what? What you gonna do about it? You ain't do a damn thing. You see, you know who you could pull that with and who you can't pull it with. Everybody hates that bum. Your son is not exempt. Oh, I hope somebody body slammed LeBron. Yeah, Luka's got back injuries. Nobody knows that but me. Luka's he pulled a muscle in his back because they rushed him back out there. And when you've been off your legs for a while, resting your calves, when you get back to running around, it's not going to be the same no more. I would love to see that bum try. If LeBron wanted to do a charity boxing match, let's do it.
At the Knicks-Lakers game, I was sitting courtside where during a timeout, I believe it was in the third quarter, I was confronted by none other than LeBron James himself. LeBron had some choice words for me in regards to comments I've made prior about him in regards to his son, Bronny James. Before I get any further, let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or I saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. And I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, "All right, dog. Fine." And he walked away. That's all he said. I knew what he was talking about. I've spoken about this before. Matter of fact, I heard that not many, not all, but a few players were upset at me about that. I think one player in particular was Draymond Green, who I haven't spoken to since and has no desire to speak to me primarily because of this, I suppose. Now I get, and people have said to me today that I'm looking pretty damn sad. I'll fess up, I am. Because something like that is not something that should make any of us comfortable. I didn't anticipate it. I don't know why I didn't anticipate it. But I'm not here to blame LeBron James. That wasn't a basketball player talking to me last night. That was a dad. I'm thinking about the fact that I'm incredibly sad that it had to happen. I'm incredibly sad that a father was looking in my face vehemently and defiantly, hostilely, telling me to stop effing with his son when I was talking about him.
That's right. He was talking about you, bum. You. He was talking about you. This ain't about Bronny. This is all about you. Because of you, Bronny's in this mess. Because of you throwing him out here into the wolves, we got to deal with it. This is all because of you. And don't you think one iota we gonna care. He was talking to you directly. And we just showed you earlier, the title said it's LeBron's fault. The title said LeBron's fault. And that's why you mad. Because he ain't glazing your 50,000 points. Like I said, you don't give a goddamn about no Bronny LeBron. It's all about you. And if you ever pulled up on me, got in my face, and started talking to me, so yeah, I heard you said something about Bronny. I'll be, yeah, so? No, I was talking to you. You. Yeah, you. Now what? I'm talking to you. Yeah, you, punk. Now what? What you gonna do? Get rich, Paul? Man, I heard you. I'm gonna boot his little ass in the aisle 4. I'd boot his ass back in. Man, he went to row 4. Did he just kick? Man, he just kicked Rich Paul in the aisle 4. I would boot the living hell out this bastard. Coming up in there. Man, I ain't like it either. Boof. I'd have field goal, keep that booted his ass to the 4th row. Adele be, oh my gosh. Did he just kick you up here? Oh my gosh. I can't believe that we just did that. Are you okay, Richie Poo? He hurt me. I'ma sue him, baby. I think his shoe is in my stomach. His shoe is in my stomach, baby. You want me to do it? Yeah, write a song about it. I'll boot the living hell out of him. He ain't gonna want no parts of me.
That makes me sad. It really does. But let me tell you, why I'm most sad. Because I wasn't wrong.
Damn!
I stand by what I reported.
That's right.
I stand by what I said at that time.
Damn! He wasn't wrong. Now, even though it was about LeBron, what really got LeBron hot was the fact that they showed a highlight reel, which is pretty much a run reel, and it's a low light reel of Bronny James missing shots. Once they showed that was like, man, you embarrassing Bronny. It's like what he did with Kwame Brown when he had his people dig up all the missed shots of LeBron's life. I mean, Kwame Brown, like all of his career, all the missed shots and stuff, and he just running that clip, a highlight clip. Now, LeBron don't want me to go where I could go with this. You don't want me to go here, Brian. So we gonna keep this the way it's been going. Because I ain't gonna go there. That's too easy. Now, if you're on the Patreon, you would know. But we're going to peel them layers back slowly. Well, when you look at the situation, you'll start to figure it out a little bit more and more. I think Nick Wright brought that up too. No, I think he actually brought that up about Stephen A. and all of that earlier, so when you start seeing all of the incidents that took place and what had happened was and all of that, yeah. No, he's trying to move the needle in a way that's not conducive to what everybody else know of and wants to see and things of that nature. So you're looking at somebody who's going to predominantly break it down the way they like it to go and how they see it. A lot of people are going to be put in a catch-22 when it comes to this like top moments of the world or top sports moments, right? Media, whatever, it don't really matter, because when you look at it, the top things in media right now, it's going to be one
So
thing.
Shaq said
It's going to be one thing. It's going to be what's happening with said scenario with LeBron James. Like, nobody's talking about what John Morant did tonight. To me, John Morant did something amazing tonight. And yeah, 31, 8, and 4 in a very critical game against Dallas. Dallas was winning this game, and they had to come back to win.
Well, I know that.
Let me show you how loved John Morant is. Let me show you how loved Ja is. Right? Look how loved Ja is. That's the whole staff of the Grizzlies. The whole staff is there to greet John Morant. They all went there to wait on John Morant. Yeah, LeBron looked like a bully, trying to come off as a hero when he's defending his son. That's not going to help your son. Because if I know you did that for your son, that's going to tell me your son is mentally weak. And if he's on the basketball court, this game is mental. I would be all in his head. Mm-hmm. Well, my thing is when you when you look at when you look at said scenarios, right, and you have all these people that come along and say that a lot of people said that, but
I mean, it's got to a point where this LeBron sensitivity is just beyond the pale. You call him the second best player in the history of the game, you're insulting him because you said he's not the GOAT. You're saying that at age 40, we've never seen anybody do what he does, but pointing out at times how he may not have hustled back on defense in a key pivotal moment, and that's a problem. You give him all the praise in the world when he drops 40, but he has a bad night, and you say he had a bad night, and you're hating. It's ridiculous. But never before has it been more ridiculous than it is right now, because the reality is that we got to be real about what we're seeing when we talk about
Tell
Bronny
Bron
James.
to bring it.
I am not a person that had a problem with Bronny James being on the court for the season opener with LeBron James. That was a phenomenal moment to see a father on the court with his son who has NBA aspirations playing together for the first time in NBA history. The Griffeys in baseball, Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. were in attendance for it. It was a special moment. My position has always been that should have been the only moment we saw Bronny James in a Lakers uniform this season because he's not ready. I'm not here to tell you that he won't be ready. I'm not here to tell you that he won't be an NBA player. I'm not here to tell you that he should give up his dreams and his aspirations. I think the kid's got potential. I think the kid will be in the NBA one day. I watched him in the G League doing this thing. I think he's going to be fine eventually. But that's not the case yet.
Now, what's wrong with what he said? Don't we all agree with what Stephen A. just said? Who got a problem with what he just said about Bronny James? That should be the only time we saw Bronny James this season. When they started Bronny James against the doggone 76ers, that was the worst thing. Thinking putting a rookie on Maxey. And Maxey was the one that cooked y'all all night. By the way, the only one cooking y'all all night. And look at what happens. Right? He was the only one cooking y'all. And y'all did nothing. Y'all didn't come close to doing anything about it. Your daddy couldn't save you? Nothing. It was embarrassing. You called him up for the G League for that. And you're mad at Stephen A. Smith because they showing all the lowlights of Bronny James and pointing out the mistakes that y'all made, not Stephen A. He didn't bring him out there. You the one brought your punk ass boy out there. And I don't mean to call Bronny James a punk because it ain't him. It's your daddy. Your punk ass daddy brought you out there. He's a punk.
And because it's not the case yet, and then you see some of these numbers, I do find myself looking at LeBron James instead of Bronny James. Because LeBron is the basketball savant. LeBron is one of the top two greatest players in the history of the game. LeBron has forgotten more basketball than most people would know. So no matter what we think about Bronny, he knows more.
Mm-hmm.
But you see what you see. Bronny James has played in 13 NBA games. Ladies and gentlemen, he's averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. He shot 1 for 16 from the field in his NBA career and 0 for 7 from three-point range. And he's playing in the first quarter of an NBA game? Really? And everybody wants to look at it, and LeBron has nothing to do with that. He didn't tell JJ Redick to put him in the game. I get all that. But come on. I'm not being cruel to Bronny. I'm looking out. Do you want it this way? LeBron? Do you want it this way, Rich Paul? Do you want it this way? He can't go into the G League and average 20, 25 and stay there until he's ready. Because he's LeBron's son, you know how they're going to judge him. And before anybody wants to jump on me, remember, I never saw Bronny James play until he showed up in the NBA and the G League. I refused to watch him because if I watched him, I would have to talk about him. And I didn't want to talk about LeBron James' son because I thought it was so unfair to the kid. He's such a wonderful kid. Wonderful family.
Now, what did he say that was so bad on Bronny? He said nothing bad about Bronny. He said nothing bad about Bronny James. He praised him. He said, I didn't even want to watch his college games because I'd be forced to talk about him. And I didn't want to do that and add more pressure to him. But now he's in the NBA and he's got to cover it. That's what I'm like, what do you expect him to do, LeBron? This is his job. That man got to cover the sport. But it's okay for everybody else's son to get talked about. Okay? Everybody got a daddy in the league too. And it's okay if Stephen A. talk about them. So you saying it's okay for any time Stephen A. Smith make a comment about a player playing bad, they daddy get to come up to him on the court and say, man, leave my effing son alone? That is a great salute. And I'm sorry for those who don't like it or whatever they say. I'm sorry if you didn't like it. But it is what it is. Reality is reality. And that's what people got to learn to get over. No. No way. No way, Jose, baby. Oh, no. The nigga sloppers who messed up my money is over here playing the Clippers. They better not act like they trying to win. I'm going to really be pissed. So, once again, it's LeBron James' fault. It's your boy Carcino. Don't forget to hit the like button. Go to the Patreon. We're going to have something special for y'all. I messed up and erased the video I made. I was so pissed off over that. But that's coming up. It's the Castanite, Stephen A. thing. But yeah, we still got wrestling going on. So I'm out. Deuces. I support my brother, Solomon Hill, baby. He was just out there playing defense. It ain't his fault LeBron can't move his feet.